Hundreds of people are camping out in London, Frankfurt and Amsterdam tonight after 24 hours of protests that had rippled across the globe. Rallies were held in more than 950 cities in 80 countries against corporate greed and social and economic inequality. But the burgeoning action was marred by clashes, particularly in Rome and New York. In the Big Apple, 24 people were arrested for trespassing at a Citibank outlet, and nearly 90 were detained after police on horseback clashed with protesters at Times Square. Officials said they had ignored warnings to disperse. Now, the slew of demonstrations, which started in Asia yesterday, moved into Europe and continued in the US, where were inspired by the Occupy Wall Street movement, which began about a month ago. Rome is cleaning up after an outbreak of violence. Militant demonstrators hijacked a peaceful protest last night, and some 70 people ended up hurt.
Rome descended into chaos as police clashed with hundreds of stone-throwing protesters. The demonstration against corporate greed had started peacefully, attracting tens of thousands to the streets. But hundreds of protesters went on a rampage, even setting fire to this police van. They also broke into banks and shops, in the worst violence seen in Rome for years. Police fought back with tear gas and water cannons, but the clashes went on into the night. Scuffles too in London as hundreds camped out at St. Paul's Cathedral in the heart of the financial district. Police fought hard to keep them at bay, forming human barricades around the building. The global protests were a response to calls by the Occupy Wall Street movement in New York for more people to join them.
I think what the banking sector has done to not only our country but on a global scale is such a big issue now. We need to protest against it. We can't just sit back and let daylight robbery be committed against our taxpayers and against the global community. This is not all right. The whole world is watching! The whole world is watching!
Back in the US, the Wall Street protests have spread like wildfire across major cities, from Los Angeles to Washington, D.C.
Treasury money?
Treasury money!
In the form of bailouts!
In the form of bailouts!
I don't think that's fair!
I don't think that's fair!
Many are upset that the billions of dollars in corporate bailouts have allowed banks to go back to earning huge profits, while average Americans get no relief from high unemployment and job insecurity.
Banks got bailed out!
We got sold out!
The protests in New York have been going on for a month, but the protesters are loosely organized and have yet to set out any specific demands.